afternoon, and welcome to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium. I am here and joined by Coach Elix next to me.
Hello.
Hello.
And we have a whole bunch of people on Facebook Live.
Yes, of course. Hi, everybody on
Hi,
Facebook
everyone.
Live. And the biggest news is that tomorrow's Thanksgiving. No, I'm kidding. That Mark's back. Yay!
Mark, yes. Back producing the show.
We're
happy very happy.
That Mark's back. Even though Jim Jones did an incredible job. And I can't even imagine how that must have been for Jim, because Jim's got so much to do back there and run the station. But just coming in and filling in for Mark's show, for my show, was pretty amazing. But Mark's back. Mark's feeling good. He looks good. And right before the holiday, this is a huge celebration, and I'm really happy that Mark is out and he's healthy. And I listened to your show, and it sounds like you're going to be eating a lot tomorrow with family, which is a great thing. Tomorrow's the day that there's no diets. It's all the diets are thrown, to the side, and you just eat what you want to eat.
So in other words, another regular day for you.
So now I'm fat? Is that what you're saying? I'm fat?
No.
All right. Let's move on.
You want to tell people how you shame me into, making cranberries.
I already told them
you told the Facebook Live people, but how about the people who are listening? He shamed me into making homemade cranberry sauce. By the way, I love cooking. I've always cooked an amazing Thanksgiving meal.
That's why. When I saw the canned cranberry, I'm like,
well,
what?
But here's the deal. This year, I've been battling a real bad back injury, and I went to a pain specialist, and I got an MRI Sunday, and I've been crippled, and I'm about to get some injection treatment. So I was trying to kind of cut a few corners, and I got cranberry sauce in a can, and Steven looked at it, and he's like, in a can? You always make your homemade cranberry sauce.
I should stop playing the violin.
Yeah,
violin sound. We should have a sound effect.
So I got shamed. So I went back to the store, got the cranberries, and then today he actually told people how to make cranberry sauce.
Yeah, which is so easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
how is it? Can you tell everyone again your recipe?
No, I don't have time. I'm on a limited time schedule for this wonderful show.
But it's so easy.
And these wonderful listeners. But I did, just for, to end this conversation, I did say to Elix, his back is more important. So tomorrow, if he just wants we eat sandwiches, I'm good with that. I don't care about it. It's just, cranberries. Canned cranberry.
So we'll be eating sandwiches with homemade cranberry sauce. So, by the way, the recipe is you get the little balls, you put them in a food processor, you add sauce, and then voila, you have cranberry sauce.
Refrigerate it.
And then you refrigerate it. Yeah. That's Steven's recipe.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
We could do like 5 shows on my cooking escapades, and it is not good. It's not good at all. So listen, today what I wanted to do, and I told Facebook Live, I wanted to really dedicate the show to questions and answers of people calling with questions about spirit. I always, and I just said this on Facebook Live, when I do readings, whether it's large group readings or smaller readings or individual readings, when I'm done, everyone always has questions, always. And I just thought, if this would be a great venue for anybody to call and have questions. And actually, Diane called earlier here at the station. For anybody listening, my phone number's on my website, stephenthemedium.com. So please just use that, or email me at stephenthemedium@gmail.com, or you can use Facebook at Stephen the Medium, and just don't leave the messages here just to make sure that I get them. But Diane did send me a voice message. I don't know Diane, but she seemed like such a nice person, and just asked a spirit question of, there's someone around me. Can you tell me who it is? Now, that goes more into actually doing a reading, obviously, for me to tune in. But the second part of her question was that she said she was having some issues with her stomach, and she wanted to know if I could tune in and tell her whether or not there's something serious going on or not. So let me just start with, it's not surprising that, Diane, you're feeling somebody near you, because that's what happens. Our loved ones are with us all the time, but when we're in a a place that, you know, we're scared or sad or just a lot of things going on is when our loved ones kind of really gather together and are around us even more so. I mean, they're always there, but it's not a surprise that you're concerned about your stomach and that you have someone behind you. So, again, I would have to, you know, have you on the phone and do a reading to find out who that is. And the medical piece, I don't give advice to that. It's very, very seldom that things come up in my readings about that. They have a couple of times, but they've actually been accidental. And, you know, especially as an attorney, I'm very conscious about what I share because there's ethics that go along with doing readings. And even like in a more significant level, you know, you're also dealing with people. You're telling people and, you know, certain things, and I stick to what Spirit tells me and those messages as opposed to, and I know there's medical intuitives and whatnot, which is fine for somebody else, but it's just not something that I get into. So,
but in other words, what you're saying is that you respect your talent, you respect Spirit. And you focus purely on your talent, which is Spirit talks to you, and you simply share what Spirit is telling you. You don't add your opinion. No. You don't give advice. No. If you want advice, go seek somebody that's going to give you that.
The only advice I give is make homemade cranberry sauce.
Yeah,
that's the only advice.
That's not a good, no, again, we don't want to go there. But I also want to say, Stephen, you know, your other point is well taken that, you know, for those of you who want to, that if you have questions, the best way to get Stephen is you got to make an appointment with him. Because
if you want a reading, a full reading,
exactly. But that's my point. A question is going to lead into a reading. It's impossible for Stephen to answer all the many emails, all the calls, and you know. So again, if you really need something, you just got to make an appointment, you know, to see him privately. That's the only way. In the best way to do it.
Well, it is. It's the best way. Of course, this venue is wonderful, too. People calling in, and normally that's what I do is readings, and people call in and give messages. Well,
that's why we're here,
I just wanted to, today, just to open this up to a question and answer forum for anybody who has any questions, if they do have any questions. And I think it's a great venue for it, and I know people always have questions, and sometimes people get nervous to ask those questions or any question. Sometimes nervous because they're afraid of the answer, or just nervous because they think the question, they're going to sound crazy. I always tell people when I do this and talk to people that you can't sound crazy. I mean, I'm talking to dead people.
Yeah,
right. Exactly. I'm talking to dead people every day. So if there's anyone that's crazy, it's definitely Stephen the Medium. That's crazy. So we're going to take a break, 508-222-1320, and we will be right back for calls.
Bye, everyone.
NESN broadcaster Dale Arnold and CBS Boston journalist Matt Calvin will introduce their new book, If These Walls Could Talk, Boston Bruins, on Friday, November 30th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at an Unlikely Story in Plainville. This book provides fans with a one-of-a-kind insider's look into the Boston Bruins. It highlights the great moments, the lowlights, and everything in between. The presentation and reading will be followed by a Q&A session and book signing.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Jan! Stephen! What is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks has been part of the Attleboro area since 1906. They have always been involved in community service and charitable fundraising, giving back to our veterans, supporting our seniors, and providing youth enrichment opportunities, such as soccer and hoop shoots, fishing derbies, and dictionary projects, while also providing academic scholarships. The Elks are over 800 strong locally, and their members are their greatest asset. To learn more, you can go to attleboroelks.org. Remember, Elks care, Elks share.
Living in New England makes you no stranger to the variety of wildlife all around you. But what kinds of species am I looking at? Join us this week on AACS as we showcase amphibians in our backyard and discover the many cold-blooded vertebrates and their unique ecosystems native to the Attleboro area. You can watch this program and all of our quality programs from around the area in high definition on AACS.com.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Through the Static. The phone number is 508-222-1320. I have Coach Elix on the side of me. I have Mock producing the show. After 3 weeks being absent, he knew better to be here today because I was really getting angry. Just kidding, Mock. Just so happy that he's healthy. He's out of rehab, so this is wonderful for Thanksgiving. It's very, very good.
So Mock is healthy. I'm not.
Don't say that.
Well,
you're back. You're back.
I know.
Get healthy. Elix is having issues with his back. So listen, let me see who's online and take a call. Hello, this is Steven.
Hello. Are you guys doing readings or no? Are you doing readings?
I am actually dedicating this to questions and answers. Do you have any questions?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't notice. I'm sorry.
No. Don't. What is your name?
It's Sean.
Sean, hi. How are you?
Not bad.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you called. Sean, every week that's what I do solely. I do readings. I just wanted to open this up because, I get people that when I do group readings or private readings always asking me questions, and that's what I wanted to dedicate the show to.
But Sean, since you're here, if you were to ask the question of Stephen, what would that be? Take the opportunity. You're here. You're lucky enough to get through. So let's take that as a great opportunity.
With the female that's standing next to you, Sean.
Oh, so there you go.
Listen, I try to stick with question and answers, and I'm going to, but I can't help it, Sean. I tune into you, and there's a female standing next to you, but she's a young female. When I get young female, it's someone who crossed before their time. So do you know who this is?
Not that I can really think of. No.
Just who's there goes my theme for question and answer, Sean. See what you've done to me, Sean. You messed me all up. I'm kidding. Sean, where's the A Anthony Ann? Where's that name come in?
Anthony?
Yes.
That's my brother.
Okay, perfect. So and is there an Ann also?
Ann.
Oh no! I thought you said there were two. So I'm just clarifying. So Anthony is your brother.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So just know that there's a female for him that's around. This could be someone that maybe crossed when maybe when he was in high school or grammar school but there's a girl. There's a girl that keeps waving her hands, and she just brings up your brother because she's saying she's connected, even though she's telling me that you know her. There's a girl, maybe an old neighborhood. I mean, you sound young, so or it could actually even be let's a family member, like an aunt who crossed or died, like 30s, 40s, someone young. But she is like waving her arms and she keeps saying, you know. And I think it feels like it's more being pulled towards your brother. Are there two of you? Two boys? What's the two?
So there's me and my brother.
Okay, there's just the two of you.
Yes.
Oh.
And my brother passed away 2 months ago.
Oh my God, Sean, I'm so sorry. Wow, I just didn't see that coming. Wow. So know that your brother, and your brother is Anthony.
Yes.
Wow. Sean, Anthony just said to me, this was. I love your brother because your brother just said, Stephen, I really apologize. I know that you wanted the show to be question and answers, but I made it happen that Sean would be the first to get through, because people tell me all the time that they can never get through. And he said, I had to make sure my brother got through, and I had to do this. And your brother, I love your brother because he said, I'll make it up to you. And I said, are you going to bring a pie or something for tomorrow maybe? But I love your brother just said that since he left, I mean, he can. Wow, I can feel his emotions, Sean. Yeah. He just keeps telling me and showing me how he keeps his arms around you. He keeps like joking with you. He keeps like sort of like aggravating you. He said the brotherly bond has not gone anywhere. It's still here. But one of the things that he also just said, Sean, Anthony just said, please tell my brother and my family that I'm good. I'm at peace. I'm not scared. I'm not hurting. I'm in a very good place. And he said that he can also in spirit be able to watch over you and the family. But there's did he have a close girlfriend?
No.
Not like a.
Who I know?
What was that?
Oh, my brother.
Yes.
Yeah, so my brother's his kid's mother's sister passed away.
Oh.
Also.
Oh, Sean, that's who the young female was, and why she kept pulling me to your brother. So just know, it's wild how she actually stepped forward first because she said she knew this was going to be so difficult for your brother because imagine your brother is watching, the heartbreak and the grieving and how horrible this is and how much you miss him and how much the family misses him. So she helped him to come through. So you please just let he keeps talking about May, the month of May.
May.
Because he keeps showing me 5. So it's either the month of May or it's the 5th of a month or 5. There's a 5 connection. He keeps showing me 5. So it could also be maybe his child's mother or something connected to May or 5 or 5 kids or all I know. Maybe your parents. Are your parents either someone from 5 kids or May?
No, not that I know of.
All right, so
another can think of. No.
Just keep it with you, Sean, because your brother keeps showing me. Oh, wait a minute. No, he keeps. It's a sports jersey. It's a number on something. There's a number on it. There's a number on somebody playing something, and he just showed me, Mark, the producer of my show, has a jersey on, and your brother just went behind him and pointed to the jersey and keeps showing me the number 5. Maybe it's someone's favorite player that has the number 5? Just keep it with you. Keep it with you, Sean. He just gave me the symbol for he keeps saying my brother knows, he'll figure it out, or maybe his child's mom knows. But there's a 5 connection. Did he cross when no one was expecting it?
Yes.
Because he just shows me my symbol, Sean, for when he's crossed, he's looking at me like and looking around like, wait a minute, I'm not dead. Or how am I dead? And it's just a way that he's giving that as a validation, and also keeps saying there's no one to blame. I don't know what that means.
Yep.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, He got in a car accident, so he had a four-way intersection.
Just know, Sean, when I tell people when I do readings that anything that comes out of my mouth, there's a reason for it. And maybe somebody in the family is thinking, it's my fault. If I should have done something different. Maybe if I called him. Maybe if he wasn't in that car. Maybe. And what your brother's saying, what Anthony is saying, he doesn't want anyone to hold on to anything. Nothing would have changed the outcome of this. But I will tell you something. He just said to me that Stephen, I could not have had a better brother than Sean. The how I looked up to him, who he is. He was the rock. So he's just giving you so much admiration and just how much he loves you and wants to say the same to the family.
Thank you.
No, Sean, listen, thank you for calling. And listen, when we hang up, make sure you thank Anthony, because Anthony bypassed everybody to make sure that you were a first caller. And my objective was not to do readings, but your brother was like, listen, Stephen, you're going to talk to my brother. So listen, Sean, I'm just going to leave you with that and believe that your brother's sending so much love and giving you a big hug right now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
You very much.
And we have to thank you. We have to go to a break, and we'll be back.
On January 10th at 4:30 p.m. at the Attleboro Library, Gabriela Vieira of Webster Bank will present a workshop titled Preventing Elder Financial Abuse. The incidence of financial exploitation of elders and vulnerable adults is growing nationally. Fraudulent telemarketing schemes and scam artists increasingly target elders, resulting in significant financial losses. This workshop will provide an overview of the signs and symptoms of financial exploitation and fraud, and strategies for protecting assets. If you are interested in attending, you can call the Attleboro Council on Aging at 774-203-1900.
For over 47 years, Amigo Inc. has been offering services and programs for children and adults with autism spectrum disorders and other disabilities. Located at 33 Perry Avenue in Attleboro, Amigo has been committed to building vital relationships while expanding their community ties on the local level. Amigo provides day programs, transitional planning, and a continuum of services to support all ages. For more information, you can visit their website at amigoinc.org.
Look nice. How was work? Well, it was fourth period, civics.
The kids were giving me the third degree. Was a UFO seen hovering over Washington, D.C.? Was a fisherman attacked by a 320-pound shrimp? They'd been bitten by a fake news bug, all right, and it was holding on like a driver's ed student to a steering wheel. How was I going to get a bunch of wide-eyed kids to wise up about what they see on the internet? Then it hit me. Like a dodgeball on field day. The name of the game was News Snoops. Each student got an article and 2 minutes to decide if it was credible or a fake. They were able to use fact-checking sites to get the cold, hard truth. Now the little hotshots are even teaching their gullible grannies a thing or two about phony news. But how was your day?
Pretty good. I got a new title today. Office Birthday Party Planner.
Oh, fun.
Teachers just have better work stories. If you want a creative job worth talking about, head to teachdfw.org. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Through the Static, 508-222-1320. I'm with Coach Elix. I'm with Mark, and so happy that Mark's back. But how about this last phone call? I dedicated today for questions and answers, and Spirit has other plans that Sean calls, doesn't even know, just as innocently asks, are you doing readings today? I'm not sure I've ever spoken to Sean. I don't think so. I have
no idea who he is.
No,
Yeah.
But unfortunately just lost his brother, and even though my plan was to do questions and answers, his brother had other plans for Stephen the Medium and just decided to do a reading, which he did such a great job and such white light sent out to Anthony. And I'll tell you, Anthony's family is completely covered with Anthony's love and energy and spirit and around him, and it's the next best thing if you can't have somebody in the physical world. So Sean, your family, just make sure you know they're there. So okay, let's go to the next call. This is Stephen the Medium. Who's this?
Lori.
Hello, Lori.
Hello, Stephen.
How are you?
Hi, Felix. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Did I hear Felix?
Laurie,
Yes.
you
I have to say hi to
get
you.
one pass. After that, we may have to hang up on you. It's Elix, no F.
Oh, sorry. Elix. Hi.
Thanks. See, Laura, you made up.
Thank
See?
you. No, you
with
made
that
up.
strong Elix. So
Yes.
you're good now, Laurie. You're good. Yeah, and everybody
back in.
listening is never going to make that mistake. See, that's why we needed you to call, Laurie. So now, from now on, anyone calling is going to say, "Hi, Stephen. Hi, Elix." Right?
That's right.
Which is a good thing. So Laurie, tell me. First of all, let me start with: you have any questions? Any psychic questions, mediumship questions, spirit questions, anything that has been on your mind that you want an answer?
Yes.
So, shoot, tell me.
Okay. My sister and my sister spoke to you, and I went and I saw another medium, and...
Right, wrong answer.
both-
I'm going to hang up on
yeah.
you. Wrong answer. Another medium? Laurie,
You better
that's
not.
good. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just kidding.
So, both times they mentioned Walter, who's our father, and I want to know why my mother's bringing his name in. Why? There's got to be a reason. I'd like to know why.
So let me make sure I understand this. So did your sister call in the show?
Yes, last week she spoke to you, and my mother said Walter, and she dragged out his name.
And that's your dad?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. You should ask that, Laurie, because and so you went to a medium, and they also brought up Walter. Your mom brought up Walter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was almost a year ago. So
wow. Okay. So
I don't know what she wants me to do.
It's interesting. Sometimes this is, and is your father crossed?
No.
Oh, so he's still
No.
here.
Yes.
Usually, and this is usual, because when I'm on the phone doing these readings, they're so abbreviated, because I've got to get through a lot of callers. So I didn't get, most likely, it's not like your sister booked an hour with me and I was able to really get details about this. But usually, my first guess would be that your mom's bringing this up because she wants to validate. First of all, she wants to validate that it is her, and how she does that is by saying your father's name, first of all. But there also could be there could be a secondary message about it too. It could be that she's wants you to know that she's watching over him. Were they separated?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They were divorced.
Yeah, she just said that. I just said to your mother, I thought this was question and answers. Spirit does not listen to me, Laurie. So she's
Good.
just she's just starting to read. But she just gave
Good,
me
I'm
my.
going to get more out of this.
Yeah, she kept just giving me this the sign of separation. I just asked her. I said, "Listen, your daughter is asking me a question specifically about her dad, your husband. One of the things that she keeps talking about, Laurie, to me is she's making me feel like that she doesn't want anybody, you or your sister, or if there's any other siblings, to be even though she said 3. Are there 3 of you?
Well, there's my sister and I, and we have a half brother, but we Yeah, we have a half brother.
Oh, that would be the 3. So they never decipher between halves and steps and
Right.
brothers, sisters. Your mother just said, no, there's 3. So she just wants to validate your brother also. But she told me that she's bringing Walter up, and this is nothing really, heavy. It's just she doesn't want any. She doesn't want anyone to hold on to anything like, someone should have done something differently, or the choices they made should have been differently, or they should have been more emotionally attached, or your mother just said to me, Lori, that your dad's here, and she just wants everyone to keep loving him and just being.
I knew it.
Just to that's what she keeps showing me, is to hug him and to let go of anything that's holding on, anyone's held on to with your dad, and that because she keeps saying that the sometimes choices that are made are not the right choices, but they're the best we can do sometimes. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So that's why she's bringing up your dad and saying that, he's here right now. And even though she's always with the two of you, always, and when I tell you always, your mother's very funny, is always with you two and knows exactly what's going on. But she knows that your father physically is here, and what your mom doesn't ever want to happen is for your father at some point eventually to cross, and either you or your sister holding on to something or maybe having any regrets. Because your mother loves the two of you so much, Lori, and doesn't want that. She said, these are my girls, these are my babies, and she wants you two to be in the best place. And what she's trying to do is she said, Stephen, I can give advice even if I'm in spirit, through a medium. And that's what she's doing. So another, my first caller, Sean's brother Anthony, said he got her through. And your mother just said, I had my daughter get through for the second caller because she needed to hear that. So does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense, yes.
Perfect.
Is she with my grandmother?
Oh, she's with everybody. This woman is partying with everybody, Lori. So I answer that very quickly because as she's talking to me, there's a ton of people behind that are all like, Lori, they all want to talk. And I'm like, this isn't our show. These crazy loved ones of yours. But yes, so she's with everybody. But that's the message. And she doesn't want anybody to hold on to anything. The last thing I'm going to say to you, which is the thing that your mother just said, tell my daughter if there's anything she remembers, this is what to remember. When you let go of things, and I'm not saying you're holding on to a lot of things, Laurie. I mean, we all hold on to stuff, right? But when you let go of things and forgive and just are conscious of how your forgiving is going to affect you and anybody else, in this case your dad, your mom said there's a extra benefit because that means then you get to feel me more so. The walls get up and you get to see my signs, more of my signs. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Oh, so Lori, I'll tell you, what a great message from your mom and how much she loves you. And she just said to say hi to your sister.
Yeah, and tell her that, well, she can hear me when I talk to her, I'm sure.
She can?
Right. Can I just ask one more question?
Shoot, quick.
I know. All right. What about Ray? Is Ray okay?
I got to be honest, Laurie, because I know I've got to take more calls. There's, as I mentioned before, there's a brigade of people here, so I would have to have more time to tune in.
Okay.
But all I can tell you is that your mother just said everybody that's with her, well, your mother just responded with, if they're with me, they're okay. So just know that. But Laurie, I'm going to give you so much love, and listen, happy Thanksgiving.
You too, thank you.
All right.
You too. Eat late.
Thank you. Bye.
I love you guys.
I love you too, Laurie. Bye-bye. Hello, this is Stephen. Hello, this is Stephen.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Who's this?
This is Mrs. Riley.
Mrs. Riley, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm so glad that you got through. For anybody listening, this is a dear friend of mine, Lori Riley. This is her mom calling. And is she in Florida or are you in North Carolina?
I'm in North Carolina with Lori.
Well, maybe your next trip will be up here in Massachusetts with Stephen and Elix. We'll take care of you.
Well, I'm coming up in at Christmas time.
Also,
in Massachusetts.
we definitely need to see you. So I am so glad that you called, and you know, because I know you. And well, first of all, let me just ask you: did you have a question? Did you have a specific question?
Well, I just wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving.
Wow,
and
that's
I wanted to say thank you for coming to my husband's wake.
Oh, listen. It's no thank you needed. You know how I feel about Lori and you, and
oh, yeah.
the certainly the rest of the family. So no reason to thank me. You just have to make sure you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. You just have to make sure you realize and know that your husband is going to be with you for the holidays, and not just for the holidays, but for every day before the holiday, every day after the holiday, because you were really his true love. And
no, I know.
And it worked both ways. He was your true love, you were his true love. But I will tell you something. One of the things that your husband just said to me was, look how fortunate you are when your husband just gave me this advice to give to you. When, you know, at nighttime, when you're feeling so sad and you miss him so much and just want to turn the clock back and have him back, your husband just said, think of how many people in your situation that don't have children or have children that really don't support them. You've got 5 kids that love you to the moon and back and will make sure that you're taken care of, and your husband just said that's what you need to hold on to, in addition to knowing that I'm with you all the time. So there's something with the hair, too. Someone just do something with their hair? Why is your husband...
I did. I changed my hairstyle.
Oh, so your husband just knows about it. He says, talk about the hair. Talk about the hair. He loves it. But he just said you could be bald and you would be the apple of his eye. It doesn't matter. So how much he loves you. So listen, thank you so much for calling. And I am going to make sure that we get to see you when you come up here.
Oh, Stephen, thank you. And you have a nice, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and to Felix, too.
Oh, there's another Felix. It's Elix, but that's okay. Your family's been around too long to have... you want to say something?
Well, no, I'm just saying that then it's got to be, for me, it's, you know, 2 Felixes, that's just a message for me.
Well, you know what?
Thank you.
I never
Mrs.
thought of
Riley.
I never thought about that, but Mrs. Riley,
You're welcome.
You just helped without even knowing. You just gave a message to Elix, which I love. And when you hang this phone up, turn around and you just give my girlfriend Lori the biggest hug and kiss from me.
Oh, I certainly will.
I love her. I love you. And listen, lots of love. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.
Oh, thank you. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
On Friday, December 7th from 7 to 10 p.m., Faith Christian Center in Seekonk will present Mary and Joseph, A Love Story. Before the inn was full, before the star appeared, God chose a young woman, and through her the future of mankind would be saved. Despite the townspeople mocking her and ridiculing her, she would defeat fear and doubt with her love and faith in God. To reserve seats and for more information, you can email info@fcc-church.com.
Are you one of the 30 million Americans who skip breakfast every day? We don't need to remind you that skipping breakfast can have a detrimental effect on your health. The Breakfast Place, located at 187 Pleasant Street, across from the Shell gas station, has been serving their customers meals made to order for over 30 years, using vegetables from local farms and cage-free eggs. Owner Casey Darconti opens the Breakfast Place every day from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. for breakfast and lunch. And for those on the go, all meals are available for takeout.
We first opened about 10 years ago. We were small, just a few of us, but it was exciting. I always dreamt of having my own business. It was kind of slow at first, but things started picking up. We had big plans, but in our wildest dreams, we never thought we'd have this much work. Yeah, with so many businesses caught off guard by the storm, Reed Waste Management has never been busier.
What will become of your business after a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, and this never happens, but there is an open line if someone wants to jump on before the end of the show. But I have somebody waiting, so let's do this. Hello, this is Stephen.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I won the lottery.
You did, just not monetarily. Just not monetarily. Who's this?
Debbie.
Hey, Debbie, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well, too, and happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you. Same to you.
So, Debbie, let me start with do you have any questions at all? Any questions that you've been thinking about spirit or anything going on in your life with spirit?
I have a weird question, but that's kind of stupid.
Debbie, I'm talking to the dead, so...
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Dead people,
exactly.
So, right.
Exactly. So, no, ask me. What's the weird question?
Okay. So, if someone, say, how do I put this? Like, if someone's gone for so long, like decades, right?
Right.
Do they still hang about and, like, check on you, or do they, like, reincarnate or something? Does that make sense?
Yeah, Debbie, and it's a wonderful, wonderful question. So the answer is, from my experience, yes, that they're still here, and I always... there's a couple of thoughts I have when I've done readings and Spirit has told me. Some spirits have said that they don't even think about reincarnating, if that's an option, until the people that they were directly connected to in the physical plane are also in spirit. So that's number one. But number two, for people that, like, if you've got a great-grandfather, great-great-grandmother or so, somebody like you mentioned has been away for decades, they're still around. And even if they've decided to reincarnate, it's think of it like a tree, and let me just pick, say, your great-great-grandmother, who I'm assuming you didn't know, and say it's been decades that she's crossed. So even if she went on a different journey and reincarnated, think of her as a tree, like the base of her, the essence of her is the trunk, but then she's got all these branches sticking out, and any of these branches, she can actually take the path of being reincarnated and having a different lesson, she's a different person, but the base of her is always there. So she's always accessible. She's always there for you. She'll always be there. But when I do readings, one of the reasons why, you may say, then how come like a great-great-grandmother doesn't come through? It's because, there's so many loved ones that have crossed that you're more directly connected to that, of course, want to come through because they feel like they're closer to you. And a lot of times they can give validations of when they were here in the physical world versus a great-great-grandmother that you never knew wouldn't be able to validate something that she shared with you in the physical world because she wasn't here. But make no waves about it. They're still here, and they're accessible like this. They can they can fly. There's no essence of time in spirit, so they can just be here and be with you. And it happens, when I go to restaurants and a waitress or a waiter comes up to me, a staff member, and I hear it's their dad, and they want the dad wants me to tell the person waiting on us that their dad's here. And sometimes I think, my God, how is this wait staff's dad with me? Like, how do they know? and it's just within a millisecond they're with us. And so just know that there's a mom figure so for you too. Is mom crossed?
Yeah. Yep.
So just know that your mom is she's behind you, and she just keeps but she keeps talking about the sister too.
Oh, her sister's over there with her too.
So just know, Debbie, it's just a way that your auntie is just also letting you know that she's stepping forward too, and it's a way that your mom is letting you know that she's with her sister, and always watching you, and always you're very connected to Debbie, very connected spirit wise. I don't know if you do you know that?
Yeah, sometimes I hear dead people too, so I understand.
Oh, see, that's your mother just gave me the sign and pointed to you, so I needed to make sure I validated. I mean, if you connect with spirit, but sometimes it's nice to get a third party to say, you know what, Debbie, you do know like what you're hearing and how you're connecting is real, and that's a wonderful, it's a wonderful thing. So, but listen, Debbie, thank you so much for the phone call, and happy Thanksgiving, and I send you a lot of love.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Today's my dad's birthday, so that's the coolest thing ever. I think that's how I got through.
This is your dad's birthday?
Yeah.
Wow! Well, happy birthday, Dad.
That was so cool.
No question that I am positive that's how spirit just getting you through, Debbie.
For real.
It's a wonderful thing. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you guys too.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, this is Stephen.
Hi, Stephen?
Yes. Who's this?
This is Carolyn.
Carolyn, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and I'm glad that you called. And so, because this is at least I thought it was a Q&A, let me start with any questions that you have about spirit, about things that have happened to you, anything in the spirit realm that you want to ask?
Yes, I have a specific question.
Sure.
Okay, it's a question about my cat.
Okay.
It was my feline soulmate for 13 and a half years.
Wow.
And I used to joke around with him. I had a very delicate ceramic dish that had the face of a cat on it. And he used to jump on the table every morning where the dish was. And I used to fool around with him and say, come on, get down, you're going to break the dish. Anyway, for 13 and a half years, he jumped up every morning and never broke the dish.
Wow.
The day after he died, I came down into the living room, and I swept past the table, and I knocked the dish on the floor. And
did it break?
I felt it broke, yeah.
Carolyn, wow. This is like the... not that you broke the dish, and I know that must have been very sentimental, but my God, if you could not have got a bigger sign, and that's what you have to, and maybe you do already, but you have to take away from that your cat's, energy was so incredible and so strong, and the bond you two had was so strong that he was actually able to make you swipe it. And, sometimes, spirit, especially animals in this particular case, may even say, you know what, Mommy thinks her arm hit it, but it was close, but it was actually me that hit it and pushed it off. So it's a wonderful way that your soulmate, and I love that you brought that up because I never get to say that, or I forget to say that, Carolyn, that people think that, when they hear soulmate, they automatically think of, like a relationship wise, like a person, a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. And that's not the case. A soulmate can be a friend. It can be an animal. The fact that you actually knew that he was your soulmate just warms my heart. And I can't even begin to tell you how amazed I am that the day after he crossed is the day that happened to that dish, and the essence of who he is was with you and around you. And cats are, all animals are, and cats are so in tune to spirit. That's amazing. Even though, Carolyn, he just said to me that did you have another sign? Why is he telling me he's there with you?
I do feel his presence very frequently.
Perfect. So just know that he's just making sure you know. I don't know if this is, I was just about to say something in your cat it's changing what he's telling me. Let me start where I thought I was starting with. Is there connected to you, Carolyn? Is there a David or Don or a D name?
Yes.
Who's that?
Yes, my brother is David.
Okay, so just know that this is all coming. You're getting these messages from your cat, from him. So he's the one that's just giving just some validations to let you know that it actually really is him. He's just saying hi, just giving a wave to your brother. It's just more of a validation. But did someone teach something?
Yes.
Who was the teacher?
My brother David was a professor.
Oh, so that's why. I love your cat because he just gave me the D, and which is, I knew I was going to go with a D name, but then he did the DEFGHI, and he was like, now talk about the teacher. So just know it's a way that this. I know you just said, Carolyn, that this was your soulmate, but I got to tell you, this relationship between you and him was much even more than just the soulmate. It was incredible. It's a relationship that I can say that I can count on one hand in all the readings I've done. I've ever seen this. This was just a very special. And it goes way back. The cat just said to me that you two even shared other lives together. That's how strong this was.
Oh my goodness!
So know that he's going nowhere, and how much he keeps thanking you. He keeps showing me his nails, though. I don't know why. He keeps showing me his nails. He keeps focusing on, when the cats, their nails come out, he keeps focusing on the nails. Did something happen with his nails, or do you have his nails, or I don't know what the nails.
Well, one of the things I always tell people when I talk about him is that in all the years I had him, he never scratched me once.
Oh my God, Carolyn, that's the nails he's talking about. So he's just saying every time you talk about him, he's right next to you, and I can't even say he's next to you. He's on your lap. He's with you. He's around you. He's just always with you. How wild is it? That's why he wanted to talk about the nails, to say I never scratched mommy.
That's wonderful.
I love that, Carolyn. Listen, I'm up to the end of the show, so thank you so much for calling in. Happy Thanksgiving, and you have to know that your baby is just with you all the time and just giving you purrs and hugs and love, and how much he thanks you for being his mommy.
Thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, Carolyn, thank you so much, too. Bye-bye. So I think we're at the end of the show, and so much, I guess it was a learning lesson for me that I think I can do a show with questions and answers, and that gets thrown right out the window, right? It doesn't happen. Spirit's just like, no, Stephen, we have other plans for you. It's not just going to be questions. You could maybe start with a question, but we're going to come through. And we're going to
at the end of the day, this is a spirit show, so they get to say they get the final say.
Yeah, I thought this was my show, but apparently I don't control the show. Apparently Spirit does. So I thank everybody who listened on Facebook Live, who listened to the show, that called into the show, starting with Sean, which was amazing, and everybody else, Mrs. Riley, and I hope she gave Laurie a hug that was so tight that Laurie can't even breathe, and to say hi to everybody else in Mrs. Riley's family. So I am at Steve.
And thank you for the shout out, Felix.
To Felix, yes, because that was a wonderful validation for Elix that Elix gets and understands, and maybe if next week you want to share, maybe
we'll talk about it next week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll be here next week, and I will be forget about questions and answers. I'll just be taking calls. That's what Spirit wants. Listen, happy Thanksgiving
to
everyone,
everyone,
and to have the best day. Enjoy everybody, and make sure you give everyone, even your loved ones, your friends, an extra hug and kiss because they're here.